Hi, I'm Christy with Editor Creations and welcome to my channel. So today I'm going to do a review of OlyLife and we're going to answer some questions like what is OlyLife? What is the science behind their tech? What kind of products do they sell? We'll talk a little bit about the compensation plan, and then finally I'll give you my honest take. Is it actually worth joining? All right, so without any further ado, let's get right into it. So, OlyLife was founded in 2022, and they have these wellness tools that are cutting edge technology. They are headquartered in Singapore and Xiamen, China. I'm sure I'm not pronouncing that right, but there you go. And they also have offices branching out and expanding, now hitting the USA, Canada, and Europe. It is just starting to go crazy. Now, one of the reasons we are seriously needing this is because we're seeing a major health crisis in North America. 42% of American adults are obese. 1 in 10 people dies prematurely from physical inactivity. And then we've got Americans that spend an average, that means some are more, 9.5 hours per day sitting. And that's, of course, going to increase your risk for diseases like cardiovascular, back problems, metabolic, all those issues. We had just recently moved, which is why you see the mess behind me. One of the things I wanted is a standing desk because you don't realize how much you sit until you start having back issues and things, just like it says here. So it's true. We really need to start making some changes. Now, let's talk a little bit about this technology that is just making waves. Maybe you've seen some of the videos about this, people lining up to try these devices, but to understand OlyLife, you have to understand PEMF. So what is PEMF? It is pulsed electromagnetic field therapy. That's a nice mouthful, right? Well, this isn't new technology. NASA has used it for decades to support the musculoskeletal health of astronauts, because when they're up there in that zero gravity, they start to lose bone density. So before, you couldn't get a hold of this technology unless you were an astronaut, but thankfully now you can. Now, PEMF uses low frequency pulses to mimic the Earth's natural magnetic fields. Some refer to it as grounding, and it helps your cells to recharge. It promotes circulation, detoxification, and cellular repair. And OlyLife combines this with terahertz frequency, which vibrates at the same frequency as human cells, and it helps to dredge the meridians and improve microcirculation. I know that's a lot of fancy talk there, but basically they act as a charger for your body's battery. So that's the cliff notes of PEMF. I'll be doing more in-depth videos about PEMF and all the different devices on my new sister channel, Editor Wellness, which I will link below, so be sure to follow me there as well, and I'll have more upcoming videos. And so, of course, the videos over there are all wellness related, and here is where we talk more business. So let's start to talk a little bit about these different products. Okay, they've got this lineup, this state-of-the-art lineup of wellness devices. Now, the flagship products are the Terra P90 and P90 Plus, okay? These are, as you can see, foot-based devices. So you just sit down, you put your feet on the plate for around 30 minutes, maybe less, depending on, where you're starting at, and then let the PEMF and terahertz waves just go to work. Now, the P90 Plus, that's like the upgraded version, the most updated one. And this one actually adds red light therapy and 2 specialized attachments. You can see them, it's kind of small, but you can see it there. And these attachments, the one is the frost age for beauty. You can use it on your face. It's kind of like a non-surgical facial. And you can also use the Revitalux for scalp and muscle rejuvenation. So that's this one here with the three little prongs on it. Now, also, which is really neat, is this one called the Galaxy G1. So I'm going to take my glasses off just so I can show you. This is you can see it right here. Really awesome. So this is, how do you like that? So this is a smart eye massager. It uses PEMF and 3D airbags to relieve digital eye fatigue and puffiness, and I just love them. And I use them at the end of the day because it really helps with the strain from working on the computer, and it just feels really nice. So love these. All right, so that is one of their awesome products. Also, they've got the Shaken Massager. Now, this is a wearable belt. It's designed for body contouring. So it uses ultrasound, vibration, and heat to help break down stubborn fat. And OlyLife claims one 20-minute session can burn significant calories. So this is the next one on my wish list. Now let's go back. I don't have a big picture of the next one I want to share with you. It is called the Vitality Wand. This is basically a handheld magic wand, if you want to call it that. It uses thermal air and PEMF, and it's really for focused pain relief. I use it because I wanted to target tendinitis that I've had in really both shoulders, but worse so on my left shoulder, and it's really great for spot treating. My husband has tennis elbow, so we're using it for that. So really love it if spot treatment is the thing that you need to focus on. So that's just a quick overview of some of their main products. And like I mentioned, I'll be doing more videos on my sister channel, Better Wellness, which I'll have videos on each individual product where I can go in more detail about it. But I can't wait to see what they've got in store for this upcoming year. They just keep outdoing themselves. Now, the compensation plan, we'll talk a little bit about this. Now that you know a little bit about the technology and the devices, let's talk about the business and the compensation plan. Now, timing is huge because if we look at this chart right here, you'll see we are currently in the growth phase where explosive growth is about to happen before it hits the stability phase where everything just kind of flatlines, right? We're getting ready to hit that upward motion. This is where millionaires are made. It's about seizing the right moment. So let's get into some of the details of the compensation plan. Now, there's many different ways to earn in this plan, but the best part, in my opinion, about it is that there's no monthly auto ship, your volume never flushes, and you're active forever after a one-time purchase. So let that sink in for a moment as I go over some of these different ways to earn. Now, this first one here is the team bonus. This is basically like your upline bonus. And this is wild because you actually earn 5% of the bonuses earned by the successful people above you in the tree. And this is capped at 3 times your initial package value, meaning a $2,000 package can return $6,000 just from your upline's hard work. So that's why you want to start with the right package. Now let's go to the next one, which is the performance bonus. This is basically your direct sales bonus. Some might call it like a fast start, but you get 10% PV of every direct referral. So for every $1,000 in product, which equals 750 PV, you earn $75. Now, at first glance, that may not sound like much, but just wait, there's more. Now, let's go to the tier bonus, and this is where it gets exciting. It pays you $375 every time you have a matching sale on your left and right team at any depth with no limit. So you got 100 levels, that's going to be $37,500. You go down 1,000 levels, that's going to be $375,000. Now that's assuming everyone just got $1,000 purchase. But look at this. If these purchases are larger, let's say $2,000 on each side, you get $750. If you have $6,000 on each side, you get $2,250 bonus. So the potential is pretty incredible here. The next we have the group sales bonus. You can make up to 13% of your group sales. Now, the payout is going to depend on your initial package that you get, but it goes up to $7,000 a day. Yes, a day, with a max of $210,000 a month. So then next we have the global pool. So this is where you can actually be a stakeholder of the company. Once you reach the M1 rank, which means you have 14 balanced matches, then you can share in 5% of the company's total revenue. And then once you are qualified, you're eligible every year. I think that's crazy too. Only requirement for a yearly renewal is that you sponsor one person per year. Yeah, that's right there here. Sponsor one person, that keeps you eligible. So like, okay, that sounds doable, right? Now let's go to the next one, which is the coaching bonus. This is the generational wealth piece of it. You earn 10% of the binary income of everyone you personally sponsor, and then 5% through 5 more generations. There's no cap on how deep or how much you can earn from your team's binary earnings. I'm still wrapping my head around this comp plan because it is unlike anything I've ever seen. And I know that people say that all the time about comp plans and, oh, it's amazing and everything. But yeah, this is just different because of the fact that it's one-time purchase. There's no auto ships, no flushing of volume. It's just different. It has, to me, has the feel of like an affiliate program, but with the leverage of network marketing. So I feel like you kind of get the best of both worlds with it. So that's a lot, right? But wait, there's more. They also have incentives like the Thailand Dream House incentive. And this year you have until November 30th to qualify for that. So if you get 100,000 in new bonuses during the evaluation period, then you get one Thailand vacation property sponsored by the company. Who does that? So yeah, this is pretty amazing. I've never been to Thailand, but if I had a property there, then I'd probably have a reason to go. And that would be really amazing. All right, so that is the cliff notes, the overview of OlyLife, so to speak. Big question is it worth joining? So let's weigh the pros and the cons of what we went over. Timing. OlyLife is moving from the growth phase into the explosive phase. Remember that chart I showed you where it's like just getting ready to go up? Asia's already booming. Western market is just starting. So if you're in the USA or Canada, you're like right at the beginning. This is prime time. Now, the other thing that is a pro is the feel it factor. People are sharing this because they're actually seeing results. And when people feel better, they talk and they share it with other people. And so that creates a natural curiosity. It's not high pressure selling. It's just like, hey, I've had this pain in my arm for the longest time. I did this thing and I'm feeling better now. That resonates with people. There's also a low barrier to entry with this. Yes, there is a larger upfront cost, but then you're qualified for life. There's no monthly subscription traps with this. So now there are, of course, some cons or considerations to think about. And one is the price point, right? These are not like cheapo products. These are not like $20 or little tinkers, gadgets that you can just get off Amazon or something. These are 1,000 to 6,000 as far as the total cost that you're going to invest. That's a big investment. And in today's economy, let's be honest, it's not going to be for everyone. But the payoff, in my opinion, is pretty good. And there's also the fact that, yes, it is a network marketing. So like any business, your results are going to depend on your effort. There's no guarantees of income. And, that's a reminder. We went over some of the comp plan and info about it, but regardless, there's never any guarantee of income, and there's always the risk that you take with that. So my verdict, if you're looking for a wellness tech company with a unique product that people are already lining up for, the timing has never been better. The upline bonus, that makes it one of the most supportive structures, especially for someone that's just starting. I've barely just started this month. I wanted to get the product first and give things a try before I decided if I was going to build this. And I was already having people in my downline. I was already making like $400, $800. I was like, what is happening here? So it's something that people want. And also the fact that it's a one-time purchase, that qualifies you for life. There's no monthly auto ship. Your volume never flushes. And like I said, it feels more like an affiliate program with the scale and leverage of network marketing. So it's very unique in that respect. And for the right person, it can be very lucrative. So I hope you found this video helpful. Be sure to like this video and subscribe to the channel. And let me know your thoughts. Do you use OlyLife? Have you heard about it? Have you thought about getting one of the products or joining the business? We'd really love to know. Now, I'm really enjoying the product so far. Like I said, I have the goggles, I call them the goggles here. And I also have the Vitality one, which I'm using on my shoulder, and also my hand because I have arthritis. So it's really, I'm seeing really nice results with that and tons of testimonials. But if you'd like to learn more, you can join us inside the OlyLife Community Facebook group, which I've linked down below for you. And you can also fill out an inquiry form if you'd like to just get some more details, and I'll be happy to get you started. So I'll be sure to link all that below. I'll also have more videos coming up about OlyLife, both here and on my sister channel, Eder Wellness. So stay tuned for that. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.